Hi, it's Luisa Valdivia, and today I will be showing you how for loops work and answering some of the questions and really showing you how what that code would look like in a real setting and basically walking you through the whole process. I hope this video seems very helpful for you, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much. Hello, and welcome to this last video about for loops and how they work and what's a good way of seeing them run visually. Sometimes it can be a little bit of confusing, and it's definitely a subject I struggled with because they're very different than other sorts of loops that have like conditions. So I'm just going to show what a code would look like and kind of a basic code and how it really runs, how the code itself is running. So we have our YouTube code. So for this example, I have the for loop is going to be for int I equals 1. So we start out with the value of I being 1. So I equals 1. And then if I is less than or equal to 5, you're going to add 1. Well, sorry, you're not going to add 1. You're going to run this system.out.print. We've fulfilled the first conditions. We know that int I equals 1. We're starting with that value. And then 1 is less than or equal to 5. Therefore, we can print out the iteration plus I, the value of I. So it'll be iteration equals, in the first round, it'll be 1. Then when we rerun the code again, it says we'll start the for loop again. We need to add a value to I. So now I will equal 2. So then is 2 less than or equal to 5? You have to ask yourself. The answer is yes. So then we print iteration equals 2. Then we restart the cycle again. We add a 1 to 2. So now the value of I is 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 5? Yes. So then we print out iteration equals 3. Then we restart again. We add one value to I, which is now I equals 4 now because we did the I++, which equals I plus 1. And is 4 less than or equal to 5? The answer is yes. So then we print out iteration equals 4. I may have mixed that up, but the value should be 4. Then lastly, we don't know if it's last, but it'll be the last time it'll run. We add 4++, which equals 4 plus 1. Now the value of I equals 5. Is 5 less than or equal to 5? The answer is yes. So then we print out iteration equals 5. Now, what happens if we add a value? Let's say we would try to rerun it again. So now we're adding a value to 5. So now the value of I is 6. Well, the issue is 6 is not less than or equal to 5. So then the code will start. We're out of the for loop. There's no code after the for loop. Therefore, the code will start running. And I know that's a lot of words kind of thrown at you, but let's run the code and run what I just said again, but this time you have a physical example. So, okay, we save the file. Let's save it. I always manually save it because it makes me ease at mind. Gives me peace at mind. So we're going to compile it. We always compile our codes to make sure there's nothing wrong with them. And then we're going to run it because there's no problems. Boom. What we just said happened. So it printed iteration 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for each time the code the for loop was working. Basically, we're fulfilling the conditions of the for loop. So how I said, I equals 1. 1 is less than or equal to 5. So you print out iteration equals 1, which did right there. We add 1 to 1. So now I equals 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 5? It is. So then we print out iteration equals 2. So on and so forth. We went through this process already. So And then let's say iteration equals 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So now the value of I equals 6. Is 6 less than or equal to 5? No. And that's why you don't see an iteration 6. You don't see an iteration 7, iteration 8, because the conditions of the for loop end at 5. Because as long as I is less than or equal to 5, the code's going to keep going. But the moment that it's not, that for loop is over. It won't work anymore. So I hope this helped. I hope this gave you a little insight about how for loops work. And thank you for listening to this video. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.